Okay, let's talk today a little bit about 5/0 fakies on quarter pipes. For this trick, I would advise starting on a nice, small, easy, medium level quarter pipe where it's not too steep. I would advise that you get really comfortable doing axle stalls on quarter pipes where you're able to get both of your trucks on the coping and maybe able to kind of like knock your back truck out so that your wheels are overhanging and you're actually pinching on this back wheel by your back foot heel. So a 5/0 fakie on a quarter pipe, this is going to involve pinching the coping on your back foot's heel wheel. So if this is my back foot, my heel, which would be this side, is going to sit on the coping. It's going to stay leaning out this way. I'm going to hold that position for a second and then I'm going to need to twist it backwards on itself. Tricks that can get you started on this movement is you could learn how to feeble to rock fakie. So you may go up the ramp and instead of landing in an axle stall, you may land with your front wheels actually fully on the deck. You can kind of reverse the twist that you just did to get into the feeble to land into rock to fakie and fakie down the ramp. You could then even improve that into a 5/0 rock fakie. I find these come to me easier if I do the 5/0 really quick, so it's a real quick rock fakie. And then from there, I would suggest that you need to learn to feeble fakie. So let's talk a little bit more in depth about how feeble fakies work, and that will lead us right into 5/0 fakies. So a feeble fakie is basically all about keeping your body weight in the ramp. Don't let your body weight get on top of the deck of the ramp. You kind of need to stay leaning out of the ramp. This is a common theme in many ramp tricks. Keep your body weight where you want to go. If you want to go back down the ramp, lean back down the ramp. So I will lock my back heels wheel onto the top of the deck, but then I will kind of lean my body weight out like as if I'm doing a rock to fakie, and I will kind of lift my front wheels, poke my toes of my back foot down into the ramp, and then I will twist and pull my wheels back in. You may need to hold a bit of a wheelie. Let me show you that very quickly. So hopefully you could see that a key part of this tricks, all of these tricks, whether it's a feeble fakie or a 5/0 fakie, is that my board doesn't stay level like this. When I'm ready to turn back in and twist to fakie on the ramp, I actually tilt my board this way. So I'm keeping my board kind of like flat with the ramp rather than flat with the surface, if that makes sense. That's going to make it easier to unhook this wheel and get this wheel below the coping, and then you kind of hold the manual down the ramp. So I'm not saying you need to land all of these tricks before you try the 5/0 fakie. I'm just saying that these are things you can try to kind of help your mind get used to some of the movements that you're going to be using. If you do want to try the 5/0 fakie, then it's simply a case of locking your back truck on the coping, again keeping the heel side wheel on the top, keeping the board level with the surface of the ramp rather than the deck. So with a 5/0 fakie, you want to keep your arms fairly straight with the direction in and out of the ramp, even when you're in the stall. You want to make sure it's only your legs doing the movement, and you lock onto your back foot's heel, like I said, but then you pull this leg back the way you came. These arms stay straight to kind of lock you in position to hold you straight to the ramp and make sure that you don't do a full 5/0 pivot and just go back down the ramp regular again. The truth is, this trick took me so long. There were so many years in my life where I've seen other guys on mini ramps and stuff like doing this trick, and it was always one that I just really didn't understand. I think the main thing I missed was just leaning back, staying in the transition. Do not allow myself to kind of stand up and hold the 5/0 for too long. It's going to be very hard to kind of commit to get back into the ramp and manual, like I said, all the way fakie. So this is bonus material. I love this trick, but it's so hard. Holding the 5/0 and then twisting out to fakie. Like I said, with this trick, you are going to need to be quite confident in doing 5-0 pivots, maybe even 5-0 stalls, axle stalls, of course. Feeble fakies, you can try feeble rocks, 5-0 rocks, things like that. But this trick, basically, right up the ramp with enough speed, try and land balancing on your back truck. Make sure you're pinching your heel side wheel on your back truck to hold your position on the ramp. Keep your arms fairly straight, pull your legs back, and make sure that you tilt your board into the ramp, like I said, poking your toes down the slope. This is going to help you to kind of realign your board and make sure your front trucks don't hook up, and you just got to hold that manual for just like a little second whilst the board and all the wheels get back over the coping, and you can ride away.